Do you remember your hand on my shoulder? The car in December, driving to my parents' house. On the cusp of the state line, New England to Westchester. The cusp of loving, resenting each other. I was a passenger in your car, and now I'm a ghost who won't answer a call. I was a lover that you were not, and that's why I loved you. That's why I loved you. That's why I loved you. Thank you. The entire time I was playing that song, I was thinking about Little House on the Prairie. Been real big into it. In a way that's like concerning, in a way where I watched 3 seasons of like a 30 episode, hour-long episode show in like less than a month. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, fuck you! Cool. You guys know that thing that happens when you have like a really good friend and you're gay? And you're like, why do I feel like I'm gonna die when this person's not around me? And then she like moves to Germany and you're like, oh, I was like in love with her, right? You've all had that experience. Yeah. Totally. That's what this song is. You flee when it's hard, and that's the point. You say you're a bird, but you're flying east for winter. I won't tell you not to go, you won't hear it anyway. What are you going towards? It's something you can't say. Sit in the car parked in the dark, hear raindrop on the roof. Sit in the car parked in the dark, hear raindrop on the roof. Today marks the 6th year from when I first met you. A stranger gave us a beer in the hallway of a bathroom. We drank it real slow. I was just trying to get to know you. And in the dorm room we sang by holes screaming off our youth. I sit in the car parked in the dark, hear raindrop on the roof. I sit in the car parked in the dark, hear raindrop on the roof. I sit in the car parked in the dark, hear raindrop on Thank you. Cool. You're phenomenal. It's funny because y'all in the front row, I'm just like, we're just hanging out, and then I look up and I'm like, oh, there's more people here. I'm gonna play a brand new song. I live in Philadelphia. Yeah, baby, go Birds. Sorry, I forgot where I was. I'm just kidding. But I was taking the train every day in the summer heat, and I wrote about that, kind of. I am a person who notices everything until I become bored. I already forgot the words. And I hear patterns in the train stops, patterns in the flip-flops, dragging themselves out of front and drawer. Someone was left nodding off directly in front of the luxury IV spot. And I hear patterns in the train stops, patternings the flip-flops, dragging themselves out of front and drawer. I am a person who notices everything. You in reverse with your hair still long. Push it aside as the train bell is quiet. Remember the day when we cut it off. Cast clips, layers in the backyard. We sold them at the next stop. Played until we both dropped. Before you became my love. Before you became love that's lost. And now that time is done. And now I am gone. I am a person who notices everything until I decide to stop. I honestly, hold on, I gotta do a fit check, because thank you. I love getting catcalled on stage. That was a joke, don't worry, you're fine. Set fire to abusers. skin. I leave no room for anything. I survive because I have died, and I cure the pores of my skin. I leave no room for anything. I survive because I have died. Just to keep my head afloat and my body unprovoked, I set up walls but make sure to include windows. And just to keep my head afloat and my body unprovoked, I set up walls but make sure to include windows. And I cure the pores of my skin. I leave no room for anything. I survive because I have died, and I cure the pores of my skin. I leave no room for anything. I survive because I have died. And maybe in a year I will learn to love the fear, and maybe in a year I will not feel like a bad queer. That's the thing of the night. I'm just gonna keep knocking the mic. Cool. I have like 2 more songs, and I just want to say how much of a gift it is to be on this tour with the format. Still hasn't like sunk in yet. They're amazing, obviously. So grateful that Piebald is playing tonight. Yeah. Banger after banger, you know what I mean? Before I knew I was a lesbian, I used to date a lot of challenging men. And sometimes when you're challenged enough, you kind of are like, maybe you should. This is like kind of about that, I guess. Murder. Picturing that you were dead's the only way to cope with my head, but it never lasted long. It never let me live with you gone. Crying in my baby's arms, she tells me she doesn't know how to shoot a gun, but if she did, I'd never have to think about you anymore. You come home mad again. There's always something that I could never mend. You crack your medicine, you step towards me, and I start to defend. You hold me in your arms, and then you let me be. I wait for you to fall asleep so I can cry comfortably. And you take what you want, and you slam the door in my face when I resist. You picture my head staying put while the door is your hand. Staying put while the door is your hand. Walking a few steps ahead, you bolt and leave me stranded in the dark. a satellite, and I lie and say that I am fine. I wait for you to fall asleep so I can cry comfortably. And you take what you want, and you slam the door in my face when I resist you. Picture my head staying put while the door is your hand. Staying put while the door is your hand. And I wanted to hurt you back and sit down, whisper no. Try to find the upper hand so I could bend it until it broke. There was nothing that I could say that would grab you by the throat, except that I am not afraid of you anymore. And you took what you wanted, and you slammed the door in my face when I resist. I picture your head rolling off into a dead end. Rolling off into a dead end. Thank you. I have merch if you want to buy. I have carabiners that say an old mom may be gay. If you're interested, I have lots of fun things over there. And my bestie, Kate, is running merch, and she's an icon. Cool, this is my last song, and then Piebald's gonna be on here. And I took my shoes off, crawled into bed, thought I had nothing left. And I got his Jan always says to me, you gotta be your own 3 a.m. Thank you so much. One more time for good measure.